Hey everyone. Ajaxmations Productions here again. I am also going to be using business friendly as well for this series, and I will alternate between plot-o-gon, comedy, and the business styles every episode excluding specials. Anyways, I am here to talk to you about Bloodbath by Riot. It is a mega club of 11 legendary players and was the hardest level back in 2015. I first found this level when I checked out the Demon tab in November of 2015. I was 10 and I remember that I said I will never beat this. Without further ado, let's get going. First part is Weoto's part. In my opinion, this part sucks. It's not the worst thing in this level, but it is still bad. Take this ship for an example. This part tells you that you're in for a rough ride when you first boot up the level. I struggled with this part when I wasn't seriously playing this level and then fed better the more I played this. I was on 60Hz mobile for 8 years and this part was a nightmare. I did way better on this part when I switched to 360Hz. This jump isn't that bad however. Heck, this was added in Light Circles. Light Circles is loaded with Bloodbath references. This ship however is kind of bad. The gravity portals and speed changes can be annoying. But size portals stacked with gravity portals are terrible because they cause you to miss a line like in Cataclysm 41%. This is my least favorite part in Weoto's part. This ball has some spam in it. But the spike gap to the left of the blue pad can be very annoying. Before I got consistent with this part, I died here a lot. Some timings can be a bit annoying, but it mostly is spam. Timing and spamming are not a good mix. Of the 5 bad parts in this level, Vermilion's part is the best of them. This ship was a struggle to learn when I was getting consistent with it. The transition sucks and I died to the straight fly a lot. I got some help from one of my friends on Discord with this part and I got consistent with it after I got the click pattern down. I'm very mixed with this ball. This ball is the reason I say this part is the best of the 5 bad parts. On one hand, the ball is one of the most memorable parts of the level. But on the other hand, the sync is kind of bad and some of the timings are a bit annoying. The gaps are very tight and some clicks require some precise timings. After this, we have an auto part. So no words for it. Do I need to even say this? Michigan has the worst part in this level. Firstly, we have these triple spikes. These are more spaced out than the normal triple spike, which is more difficult. Also, if you jump early and live for the first 2 jumps, you will almost always die to the 3rd jump. This straight fly isn't too bad other than the transitioning to it. The worst thing about Mishy's part is there are a lot of bad transitions. This ball is really tight, but this is actually one of the better parts in the part.
This is the worst thing in the entire level. This UFO is one of the most inconsistent things in this level. The first jump is easy to butcher because of the bad transition. You can go into the wrong gravity or jump too early and run into the spike. After that the 3 UFO jumps are really hard. This is one of those parts that looks easy but is actually very hard when you play it. This UFO is also luck-based as well if you survive the other 2 jumps because the transition into the cube portal is awful and you won't even know you're dead until it is too late. You can jump too early and die to the spike on top before the cube portal. You can also overshoot the jump and run into the spikes or undershoot it and fall below the platform. This part isn't as bad as Cataclysm 41%, but it still is a really bad part.
These are just basic triple spike jumps, so I won't go into detail about them. There's only 3 of these triple spikes. The only thing that sucks is the transition in and out of it.
This is the second worst thing in the level. As a wave carried player, this wave is a nightmare to go through. Once you know the click pattern, it is so easy to butcher it, especially when the wave changes elevation.
Then there's swag. This is the only part in Michigan's part that isn't that bad. It is a simply symmetrical duo. Ilvasim's part is easy, but I still don't like it. I think that the ship is decent, but it has a bad transition from Michigan, but that is about it. It is just a straightforward straight fly with some bends in it to keep things interesting. The wave is the best part of this entire part. It is amazing sync and isn't too janky or unfair. Now this is the reason why I don't like this part. The UFO is very janky even though it sinks. It is so easy to butcher and hit the spikes. The last set of herbs is a bit tricky transitioning into it. You can go too high, which can mess you up, and you can't spam here. What I learned to do is to click 3 times. Cracks part is the best part in Bloodbath. I had an enjoyable time with this part. Whenever I died here, I didn't get mad. This is one of those things where something is hard and fun. This ship is really fun to do. The straight fly is tight, but it is super satisfying. The speed changes also add to my enjoyment of this part. At the end of Cracks part, there is a queued section. The first jump is a timing. You have to hit the yellow or blade. It was a choke point for me for a while until the last 3 days. After that, you hit a blue orb and then it is auto. Sonic's part is my second favorite part. I found this UFO to be fun. This part is really easy. Aside from the first 2 parts, I got consistent with this part easily. The timings of the UFO are satisfying to do. Especially the gear part as seen in the screenshot here. This ball is also really fun. Although 61% is very chokeable. However, if you listen to the music, the choke point isn't that bad. It is however a very orb-based part. The orb spam is a bit hard in 2 spots and inconsistent. The sync is a little bad with the fast spamming orbs, but it is still fun. After that, there is an auto part that is about 3 seconds long, which transitions into the next part. Edzer's part is infamous for being chokeable. Heck, I didn't find it that chokeable. I only found the blue orbs to be chokeable. However, it is another fun part. The UFO has portals with orbs in them. They are all late clicks. Edzer's part is really fun to do from runs in my opinion. I have always found the ship to be interesting, especially the fig as shown in this image here. The transition into it is a little weird, but I triple click to pass the clearance and get into the fake. I did die there once though. Then you do a little bit of straight flying. Then you click the 4 blue orbs as a UFO and enter the ship portal. 79% is chokeable according to a lot of players, but to me and Slash, this wasn't that bad. I died here twice, but I was very consistent at it. Havoc's part is the most free part in my opinion. I don't know what to say about this ball other than it is easy. This UFO is a bit weird, but it is still really easy. You can shoot this part by clicking too early, but with practice, you will get consistent with it really fast. This wave is laughably easy. It is just a bunch of wave spam until you hit the ship portal. Gyron's part is my second least favorite part in Bloodbath. This ship is fine. I mean, I died to 89% twice, because I got the timing wrong. It looks nightmarish when first playing it, but when you get consistent to it, the only thing to worry about is nerves. And then there's this stupid dude. As you see from the image, you are supposed to jump as the small cube and not jump as the normal cube. I absolutely hate this part. Even though this isn't as bad as Mishy's UFO or Wave, it is a run killer. This part wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't towards the end of the level. The worst thing is that just like light circles, if I got far only to die to a choke point, I would get back there again. I died at 92% 3 times here. Nerves suck on this level. G-Boy's part in this level is enjoyable. I died at 94% twice before beating this level on stream. The first ball and UFO are the only parts I dislike about this part. There is a consistent clip pattern to the first ball and UFO, but it is easy to mess up because of nerves. Although, I don't understand how I died to 94% the first time. It was some hitbox type thing from into transition of the ship. I'm still confused on how I died there still. This ship isn't too bad. But nerves can get in the way and mess you up. I was lucky and didn't die here. Slash had terrible luck with G-Boy, but I was lucky and had good luck. I really like this ball. G-Boy's part is reminiscent of the ball in Cataclysm. It doesn't look like it, but if you add the effects of the ball in Kata, you will see it. As you all know, the piano ball in Cataclysm is my favorite part in that level. Also there was a funny thing that happened to Slash at this part. It happened when he died at 96%. This image is where he died. He missed the pillar. He was in a call with Evan. Where he died, Evan said something funny. He said,
"It's over. No."
Lastly, there's Riot's part. It is just an invisible triple spike, or you can take the spike route. I took the triple spike route since I wasn't risking dying of 98%. This image is from a G-Boy run. This is the spike route. After this, you beat the level. Overall, my experience with Bloodbath was better than Cataclysm and Light Circles. I'm done with the speed of light extremes from now until I decide to go for Bloodlust. At times, it felt like I was not enjoying the level, but that is only because the first 4 parts are enjoyable. I beat this level on stream, so it was fun doing a lit completion. On the second to last day of playing this level, I crashed out when playing. I died at 92, 94, and 89 times too. It got so bad that my nerves went haywire and caused my body to go numb and rage quit the game. But besides that, I give this level a 7 out of 10. It's better than Cataclysm, which got a 6 out of 10, and Light Circles, which got a 3 out of 10. Here's what others had to say about Bloodbath.
I beat Bloodbath as a new hardest as a jump for Cataclysm. I beat it very quickly. I beat it in 5 days, but 2 of those days I couldn't play the game, so essentially 3 days. And I did already have previous experience with the level because I had tried to beat it. I tried to beat it before, as a new hardest, but I couldn't. It was way too hard for me. But I did eventually end up beating it, like as I said, really quickly. So because I did beat it so quickly, I don't have I guess you could say I don't have as fleshed out of an opinion of the level as like a lot of other people do, like you, I'm presuming. So I think the level is fun. I think it's consistent, but I do think it's very unbalanced. I'm sure you know which part I'm talking about. Michigan was hell. Michigan was just a hellish part. But I felt like I would die. I would get to Michigan pretty often from 0, and I would die there a lot, obviously. But when I do get past Michi, or when I got past Michi, like after that, I think the level gets great. I think pretty much the entire rest of the level is amazing, except like some like little parts like Euron's 91 duel, or I didn't like Havoc's UFO part, for example. But I think most of the level is great, aside from like those small little parts and Michigan. And also I guess like the Wheel 2's part at the beginning is pretty annoying. But like as for my overall experience with the level, I liked it. I think it was great. And yeah, I just enjoyed the level overall. And I got really lucky, of course.
First time I ever started playing it, it was a huge jump from basically nothing. It was like 9 circles or something even less. So I didn't really expect to beat it. So I went in as a joke mindset and quickly learned that you don't jump in this game. Try linear progression or you're not going anywhere. So I dropped it after getting stuck at 46 because I didn't know how to do Michi's part, right? So I was doing 3 clicks in the UFO instead of 4. So I just got stuck at Michi like forever until I just quit. That was around late 2022. Came back in January of 2024 because Evan made a bet saying if you beat Bloodbath before Valentine's Day, I'll buy you a laptop. Because at the time, my main computer didn't work. And my Surface was notoriously like bad at playing GD, like frame issue. I don't know. Had issues. So that was going to be a fix for that. So I beat it in a week after picking it back up. Got 96 times 2. 96 the first time, then 97, then 96 again after getting 97. Because G-Boy. And it was over almost an entire month before he expected me to beat it. So I guess it was just like a proof that I could finally do an extreme after coming back and doing linear progression.
It was honestly pretty smooth. Like it's one of those like fairly average experiences where like nothing necessarily bad happened, but there wasn't like an insane fluke or anything. Like the most I really fluked was G-Boy and like Gyron ship, but it's not an insane fluke by any stretch of the imagination. Despite being my first Extreme Demon, it's not the most riveting experience compared to other things I've played at this point.
Here's a tier list of Extreme Demons I've beaten so far based on enjoyment. You can see here that Cataclysm is in D tier and Light Circles is in F tier. It is now time to put Bloodbath on the list. I'm putting it in C tier because I had a fairly decent time with it, but there were a few things I didn't like. So that's going to be it for today. Comment, like, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to never miss another video, and I will see you all later. See you, friends. And remember, keep dashing to 100. Goodbye.